Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over teams for the new Infernus Mythic. He's in the Glory Gem, Guild, and VIP chests this week on PC and mobile. The only two that he's not in is Gold and Event Keys, so definitely get him while you can. He is mainly a mass burning troop. He deals his magic plus 6 damage to 2 different random enemies, and then half of that damage to the adjacent ones, and then explodes 5 gems. Those 5 gems are based just a static amount, so regardless of other stats, they will not increase from 5 explosions. Stats are well rounded, has a mid-range mana cost for a Mythic. He does have a little bit higher on the armor side, which is a little bad because of course HP is better than armor. As far as his traits, the main two things that are going to make him viable is the fact that he can make a firestorm whenever he kills an enemy, which synergizes pretty well with him since there are a lot of reds that do have synergy as well with him, as well as the burn all enemies. And of course this will be the best burner in the game now, since all you have to do is take 1 extra turn and boom, you already burned the entire enemy team. So first off, we're going to start with a skull spam team. One thing to note is that everything that within the game as of currently that has Pyromania, which is 2 times skull damage to burning troops, unfortunately have mana conflict with them. So in many instances you may not actually be able to go down that route of team for him. So right here, we'll just take a skull. Was expecting to get his skull poke. That is pretty much always going to happen. We all know how annoying Scion is these days. It does look like it's about to get a lot of mana drain on us. Not much I can really do about that. And then it goes draining us. And it looks like we got the Infernus up. That is not who I wanted to have up first. I was kind of trying to get up the Courage first if we could. Let's see if we can still get that going. Okay, for some reason he just takes a completely random move. I am perfectly fine with that. So we'll go and throw that down. He will take a skull. We get Courage up again, and we'll just keep throwing that. I'm going to need more buff on that though, which is why we have the Emperina back there. Hopefully we'll be able to get that to trigger. I was trying this with Web Spinner earlier, and the main issue with using it with a Web Spinner is it tends to die a bit too quick. The Web Spinner, that is. But yeah, we'll just go and buff that up, and pretty much good to go. Throw that down. Of course, you can see we have the Red Storm going right now, which makes it a lot easier to be able to get an extra turn off of an explosion, which is pretty nice synergy with him. Later on, we're also going to be using him with like Dragon Soul and stuff. You can use him with Gurgolfa. A lot of stuff that you can end up doing with it. Next, let's go with a loop. I did show this during the key opening video, but Elamagrim, Infernus, Giant Spider, and Queen Aurora on a green-blue. If you weren't to have like Queen Aurora or something, you would just go a +2 green or a +2 blue on the Spider instead. And you don't even really need Queen Aurora here. She's mainly just for the mana. Regardless of what you put there, you'd basically just put another support troop in. But the core of the team is using Elamagrim plus the new Mythic of Infernus. So right here, right off the bat, we'll probably just go for a skull. This will still skull distract him, so we get one, he gets one. We're both happy now. And I do want to try getting full mana on this, so we'll just take a green, follow it up with almost anything that we can possibly do. Don't believe we can really get it down though. So we'll just take a yellow, trying to get a green or blue. Looks like I just gave him blue, which is a bit unfortunate. Luckily, the front two doesn't really matter if they get stunned at the moment. Okay. Killing that definitely does matter though. So to be able to show this team, let's just restart that real quick. Fail. If it dies, then obviously you can't get the loop going, but I do want to show the loop again. That was quite unfortunate. Very lucky on his part right there, but we'll go get Spider back up, let him poke once. Let's be careful and not give him too many pokes so he doesn't go crazy on us. We'll let Giant Spider miss. Don't think he had a single one that could have extra turn. Never mind, he did extra turn off something. So we'll go on the blue, and now we do our own Giant Spider. And now we can get going. Of course, any extra turn we do will automatically burn the entire enemy team, meaning Elamagrim will now be spawning 12 purples every single cast, since it has a 1-to-1 boost ratio based on burning. So one fun fact too, Elamagrim was originally going to get this trait, the burn all enemies trait, but they realized it would be too overpowered. This is why. This is why they didn't give Elamagrim the burn all enemies, but now if you have both of them, you could just do that. And that's how it's supposed to go. Sometimes it doesn't, as you see. It's realistically you can still get stunned out, and if they kill your Alamogrim, there goes basically your entire team, because it's based solely around a ridiculously huge Alamogrim. I guess if you didn't have Queen Aurora, you could put something up front that has no mana conflict and just use it as a tank so your Alamogrim doesn't die. Maybe the other way to kind of work around that, maybe like Death Knight class with a weapon that's not really blocking or something. Anyways, let's go to the final team, which is a AoE version, basically just a dragon team with an Infernus in it, but this uses more towards, well, it's kind of like the same thing what he's using, or you know, triple dragon, quad dragon are still pretty popular as far as teams that end up getting used at this current moment, mainly because all of the best AoE damage as far as things that hit all enemies are all within the category of dragon, so they all work out pretty well. All we really have to do here is just get Dragon Soul up, as you would with pretty much any Dragon Soul team. Just rush it up first, get your mana going, and yeah, it's pretty much just the standard Dragon team with an Infernus in it. Of course, the main benefit of having an Infernus in this is the fact that you are getting the burn every single turn. Wow, was this stats really low? That seemed a bit too quick. Let me go do another battle with that. But yeah, that was, he must have had lower stats. He's out, shouldn't have died that quickly. I know the team is okay, but it's not that good. Shouldn't be able to kill him in like 2 shots. Now this one should be a bit better. Should take like 4 to 6-ish. Probably even more because that annoying Scion. Get away, Scion. No. Okay, but again, first things first, get Dragon Soul up. Gonna be a little bit harder against the Scion, but as long as we don't feed him a skull, we're fine. Okay, that was close. Luckily he's entangled. Never mind, it actually wouldn't matter if we fed him a skull. That's one of the reasons why I put Salvini more on here. Too many Scions around. But it does look like he's going to get a famine, and we have no way to counter it. And of course he goes for the Infernus, but we were able to get the burn down. That burn, of course, will keep chipping down damage. Even though the Infernus has died, he will still end up doing dozens of damage to them, even after death, just through the burning. So if nothing else, he got to do that. But yeah, of course he would go straight for the Mythic. That is quite unfortunate. One thing that would be pretty nice, though, maybe we'll do like one more battle after this, is to just show the skull. Well, you guys pretty much already know, but whenever you use explosions with any storm, you generally have a really high chance of being able to attain extra turn from doing so. But there we go. Christine next, of course, just replaces out the slot that died. But let's go and get one more, hopefully not killing out our Infernus instantly. Krakens? Do I hate Krakens? Yeah, I hate Krakens. But we'll do it. They're 40% can ruin any team, and if you don't have an impervious last slot or a something with immunity to devour in the last slot, they can be very annoying. But we'll just get our mana up. Skull, I think I just ignore, especially since he's entangled at this point. The only problem is we don't have any good mana to take, so we'll do that and hope for a purple, and we actually get it there, nice. So we'll take that. Could take any free turn to yellow too. But we'll just throw down Explosion. We don't really need to be using his ability too much. Mainly just need him for his Firestorm and for his Burn are the main 2 things that we're going to be utilizing out of him. So we'll do this and hope for a red extra turn. We don't get it, but we get plenty of red, that is for sure. And at this point, I guess we'll throw this down and hope it lands. We do have a bunch of other AoE. Oh, never mind. That will interrupt the board. Let me do something that won't interrupt the board. And then we can throw down for some split damage. And there we go. And even the skull, wow. He just quad killed with that. He did a double split shot and then did the explosion to kill it. Well, that works out pretty nice. We still didn't get to show the Firestorm, though. Come on, game. Let me show Firestorm. Oh, that's actually one of the strongest teams this week. Luckily, the AI probably doesn't use it correctly. But let's see if we can show a Firestorm kill into explosions. It's the whole point of this team, and it's not letting me show it. That is the whole point of the team. There we go. Should be able to kill the anointed one at this rate. So we'll throw down Explosion. Just need a couple more skulls pokes on him. We can drop it with a blue, so we are going to do that. There we go. And now we just need to take the kill, which we can do off of Salvini Mora, or that skull right there. And now we have the Firestorm, so ideally what we should be able to do is just keep alternating between the Dragon Soul now and the Infernus. So we just do that, boom, boom. And ideally you would keep looping just between the Dragon Soul and Infernus off of the Firestorm. And that is what it's supposed to do. Finally, it ended up showing it. Ideally, that would happen every time. Obviously, it does not. It took us like, what, 4 or 5 battles to actually get that. But optimally, that is exactly what it will do. And then you can just keep looping between the Dragon Soul and Infernus to be infinitely entangled. You have a Christine X if you need a little more board control in there. And of course, you get max souls automatically from the Dragon Soul. So yeah, that is the new Infernus Mythic. It's an okay ability. The fact that it gains a little bit of mana though is pretty nice. It's has a good damage output while still gaining some mana back. It's definitely not the best damaging mythic by any means. It's more of a support mythic than a mythic that you would build an entire team around. Mainly because you'll need things that boost based on burning or things that synergize with it specifically. It's not really something that you can just kind of put into your team and just hope it works well. I guess you could if you had it fully traded just for some burn damage, but you have to really end up building around it if you ever want to try utilizing every single aspect of them. But anyways, that's the new Infernus. If you still have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. We will be streaming more of him today and tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If any of you are interested in just having any more questions or just seeing what he does and just messing around and kind of chilling and having fun. So I'll see y'all later. Have a wonderful weekend and best of luck getting the new Mythic. Goodbye.